So far, it had been a fun day. Katie discovered that there seems to be a lot more pickup sticks when they drop on the floor. Orbie found out that a balloon blows back at you if you don't hold it tightly enough. And they both found out that sharing isn't always easy, especially when it comes to licorice. They had just finished eating and cleaning the table when they heard a knock at the front door. When Mom opened the door, Katie and Orbie saw the mailman. At least, it looked like a mailman. All they could see were his legs. The rest of him was hidden by a huge brown paper-wrapped parcel. Chance wasn't sure about the big parcel, so he ran and hid under a chair. It turned out that the parcel was for Katie and Orbie. Mom opened the letter that came with it. It came from her good friend Ara and her son Micah. They wanted to say thank you for the lovely visit they had. Micah hoped they would love the gift they had picked out for Katie and Orbie. They were to have fun with it and send a picture when it was finished. Katie and Orbie didn't know what Ara meant when she said send her a picture, but they were so excited about the present that they both started to wiggle. Please, Mom, can we open it? Katie just couldn't wait. Mom put the parcel on the kitchen table, and Katie and Orbie tore off the brown paper. I think Chance wanted to help too because he jumped up on a chair and batted at the paper. Then their eyes opened wide, and Katie and Orbie squealed with glee when they saw what was inside. Everything you could ever want to draw or paint pictures or make things. There were pads and pads of paper, from thin paper to thick, heavy construction paper, poster paints and brushes, markers, pastels, crayons, and colored pencils. Wow, what a terrific present, Katie cried. Mom said she thought Katie and Orbie should draw a very special picture for Ara while she wrote a letter. Katie and Orbie decided they would paint a big picture together. They chose a large piece of paper and got water in a cup and opened the paints. They started writing on a fairy tale picture. Katie painted a fairy princess, and Orbie painted a wicked witch. Chance wanted to paint too. She stuck her paw right in the red paint and wiped it across the paper. Katie was a bit disappointed until Mom pointed out that it looked like magic happening. Katie smiled. When they were finished, Katie asked Orbie why his wicked witch had a smile on her face. Orbie said he didn't like anyone to be unhappy. It was a lovely picture, and Mom taped it up in the fridge to dry. Next, the two friends started in on a picture of a huge dragon. Then they each made pictures of horses pulling carriages. But Orbie couldn't keep his mind on fairy tales for long, and he started a picture of a space station. Chance wanted to play too. She hooked a marker up in her claw and flicked it over the edge of the table to the floor. She leapt down and chased after it. Luckily, the cap was still on. Katie told Chance they weren't playing hockey now and picked up the marker. Mom taped the pictures on the fridge and on the kitchen door. Katie's drawing of a tree planting machine went on the front of the stove. Then Orbie's portrait of Chance went on a cupboard door. They drew pictures of a balloon, the circus, a magic puppy, outer space, Chance playing hockey with the marker, Mom and Dad, and themselves. Soon the cupboard doors were full, and so were the walls. The windows had paintings taped to them, and a few small ones were pinned to the curtains. When Orbie stood with his flower picture and looked way up, Mom said, "No, Orbie, we're not putting pictures on the ceiling." How could they keep the pictures flat and nice and still have them easy to see? Katie and Orbie wanted to show Dad all their paintings. Some solution had to be found, and soon, because it was getting close to dinner time, and Mom would have to find the cupboards to get at the food. We could stack them all in a pile, Katie said. Orbie thought taping them up in the living room would be nice. But Mom thought putting them in some kind of book would be best. You know, like a picture book, she said. Katie and Orbie beamed. Their very own picture book. What a great idea. Chance thought it was great, too, because she meowed at Mom. One book coming up, said Mom. She dug in her office drawer for her hole punch. Together, watching fingers, they punched holes in the side of each paper. Orbie loved the part where you licked the little hole protectors and stuck them on. Then Mom took some red ribbon and threaded it through the holes. All of a sudden, the book started to look like a book. Chance thought the red ribbon needed more attention, so she batted at it. Mom caught it just in time. Their picture book looked beautiful, but something was missing. Words, burbled Orbie. Yes, Katie agreed. It needs a story. Mom suggested they start at the first picture and make up a story that will go with each one. She'd do the printing. Orbie tooted with delight, and they laughed and giggled as they tried to decide on a story. They all agreed that Chance had wanted to be part of the fun ever since the package arrived, so they decided to make the story about her. It was all about Chance visiting strange places and people, looking for something to play with. In their story, Chance could talk, like all storybook characters, and she was having quite an adventure. Katie laughed out loud when they decided Chance could fly into the space station looking for cat crunchies. Orbie liked the part where Chance tried to ride on the back of a circus horse. Chance herself liked it, too, because she climbed up on the chair to see what the story looked like. Then they colored a beautiful cover for it. Mom added the title, Somebody to Play with Chance, written by Katie and Orbie. Finally, their book was finished. That night, when it was story time, Katie and Orbie surprised Dad with the great big book. It was the first time they'd ever read him a bedtime story. Chance curled up on Katie's lap to listen, too. Mom said she must have known who the story was about. And do you know what? I think maybe she did.
Did you know? No. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Dancing is a lot of fun, and it's very good for you. You can dance fast, and you can dance slow. But make sure you have lots of room. And don't dance on your bed.